Hello guys. So right now we will focus on the last item we have on the top right here, which is groups. And here you can manage or create a new group for your members. So for example, if you want to create a certain type of data and you have some members or people you know in your organization, in your school, and you want to share this data with them and you don't want to share this data with anyone else, or you want this group to be able to contribute to this items, make sure that you create a group and you add the members and the content to the group you want. So here we will see how can we create a new group. As you see, when you open the groups for the first time, you don't have any groups, and the way to create a group is to click here, create a new group, and here you add a thumbnail for your group, so you can add any image. You can add any image for this group, and here on the top you name your group. So for example, I will call this California group, and summary: this group is for California data, and tags I'll give it California. And here you define the settings for your group. So here the first option is who can view this group, public, and this is the only option you have here because you are using ArcGIS online public account. If you are using organization account, or if you are using enterprise, you will see that we have more options right here. And then the next question is who can join this group. You can define anyone who requests a membership, or only the members that you send an invitation to. And here who can contribute content to the group. You can say the group members or only you as the owner. And here you just define the sort for this group based on the title, the owner, or the view count. And the last option we have here is what kind of items you want to show in this group. So for example, if I add apps and I add files and I add maps and I only choose to show maps, no one will see the items inside this group if it's not maps. Only the items that is maps, it will show up inside the content of this group. So usually when you create a group, you just set it for all, because any content you add to this group, it will be available for the people who is members of this group. So right now we've finished adding all the settings for our new group. So let's create it. And now this is the item details for the groups. So if I go back here and I go to the groups again, you will see that in the groups I have a list of my groups, and this is the one I just created right now. And when I open it, it will open the details for this group, and here I can, again, same thing we did with any item details. You can change the title, you can change the thumbnail, you can change the description or the summary, and you see the details, or you can share it on Facebook or Twitter. You see who is the owner, or you can edit the tags. But what's different here, we have the ability to invite users. So here you can come here and type any name of any user you know, because this is ArcGIS online public account. So when I type any name, it will search inside the database for all the users on ArcGIS online. So that includes everybody. It might be millions of people. So here, if I type my name and I press enter, you will see that anyone who have the name Acer will show up, and the only accounts I own is this one and this one right here. The rest of the accounts is just public accounts. So if you have a friend or a colleague or someone in school that they have an ArcGIS online public account, you can find their name right here and you can add them as a member to your group. So for example, let's add myself here, and I will add this one as well. So I added two. So if I log in with my other account, I will receive a notification here to tell me that I have been invited for the California group, and I have the ability to say yes, I want to accept this invitation, or I can ignore this invitation. And here you define what items you want to add to this group. So when I click on add items to group, it will show me all the items I have in my content. And here, because this is a California group, I will add only the data that associated or related to California. And the data I have for California is the shapefile for the cities and also the freeways. And I can say add items. You can add as many items as you want to your group. So right now, the people who I invited to this group, when they accepted the invitation, they will be able to see this, and they will be able to contribute to these items as well. And here you have the option to share this group using this URL. So you can send this URL to anyone and say, hey, this is a group I just created. It have some maps. Please join this group and add your data to this group, so they can use this URL to come to your group, they will ask you for invitation, or they can join the group directly, and then they will be one of the members in your group. And also you can create a web app for this group. So some of the web apps have the ability, when you see this icon right here, the one on the bottom left, that means that this web app template, you can create it for a group. So that will show you how many people contribute to it. And we will have a separate video for how can we create a web app for the group. But right now you need to know that we have some web app templates that is created for the groups specifically. So here, let's cancel this one and go back here. And here, if you have any requests for membership, so if someone you shared the URL for the group with and they tried to join the group, you will see that here you have one membership request, and you can open it and you say if you want to accept this new member or you want to reject them. And here the details for the items, and if you want to see the content as a list for this group, as you see here we have the recently added content. But if you want to see the entire content for this group, you can go to the content tab here and you will see all the content that this group have access to. And here the members tab, if you want to manage your members, if you want to remove a member, if you want to invite another one, if you want to change a member rule, you can add it from here. So you will select the member you want to change, and you will have some options on the top right here that give you the ability to remove this member from the group or to change the rule for this specific member. And the last option here, we have the settings. So you can change these settings we defined for the group when we created it. And here the last option here we have is delete protection. If you want to make sure that your group is not deleted by mistake, make sure to check this one, because it will add an extra step for the delete to happen. So here I'll click save and save this one and go back to my groups. And that's all the options for how can you create groups, how can you set up the settings for the group, add members, invite members, or add content to your group. Also here you have the featured groups, and the featured groups is defined by Esri. But if you have your enterprise account or organization account, which we will see in the coming sections, you will see that you can create your own featured groups to show up here, and it will be visible for all the members of your organization. But again, because this is ArcGIS Online and this is a public account, you cannot have any control on what showing up right here. So let's go back to my groups, and that's it for the groups. And the last thing I want to show you, that when you are on the content window, when you go to my groups, this is different than the groups here. Here you manage your own groups, but here you view the content inside this group. So when I go to my groups, you will see that I can view the content that is associated with the group I created. And here you can say I want to only see the items that is related to California group. It will show you these 2 items. So if you have a lot of groups that you are a member of, either you are the owner or not, you have to go to the content and view my groups to see the content inside these groups. So that's it for the groups. How can you create a group, how can you add members, and how can you customize your group the way you want. And if you have any questions, please let me know, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.